There's a debate on the Bombcast I was listening to earlier, and someone wrote in and said, the shoes on Yoshi's feet, are those a part of his body, or are those shoes? Because keep in mind that he comes out of the egg with the shoes and the shell or the saddle or whatever that is already on his back. Also, is that a shell or a saddle?
Saddle.
I am like 90% sure it's a saddle. And apparently, in newer art, they have turned it into a small, like, concave shell. And I think that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
It's a saddle.
It is 100% a saddle. I feel like in the Super Mario World art, it was explicitly a saddle.
Okay, wait. Did we start that where we could have this, or was there already stuff? Because this should go in. And
I could throw this shit in. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean,
I don't
want it to be in while there's that text. I mean, they know, whatever, fuck it,
I can put whatever graphics I want up.
No, it doesn't matter, because they know that this is a ROM.
Oh, with the line, well still, like, why would we be saying that over the Sailor Moon stuff? I guess we just say it over the Sailor Moon stuff.
Well, yeah, no, it's an argument, and if you want to, in the description, we could just say, look, we sync up with Super Mario.
Sure.
That's where the argument came from, fuck you.
Yeah. Anyway, apparently, in modern art, they turned it into a shell. And it is now pretty explicitly a shell. And I think that's bullshit. I think it's a saddle. Here's another thing. Alright? Here's another thing.
What is it?
When the baby Yoshis come out of the egg, they have shoes on. But do they have a saddle on already?
I can't remember that
I don't
much
feel
already.
like they have a saddle on, but I feel like they have shoes on already. So then also, where does the saddle come from? Also, why do the baby Yoshis come out babies, but the fully grown Yoshi comes out of the egg and is a fully grown Yoshi?
Now you're getting, like...
This was all on the Bombcast. This is all me reusing conversation from the Bombcast.
Okay.
The best
so credit
answer...
where credit is due.
Credit where credit is due. Go listen to the Giant Bombcast if you got a lot of time to burn, and if you're watching these, I'm going to guess you do. The best answer anyone had was that Jeff Gerstmann... I've nicknamed Jeff Gerstmann Murderface, but that's just me. Because when he plays games, he's a Murderface kind of guy, where he really gets the serious face on. His argument was... You're walking pretty slow, so I feel like this is a cutscene.
Oh, it is. Oh, what's that? I'd rather... It rather had... Well, fuck you. Talk like a normal
No, he's
person.
a nerd. He's stuttering because he's a pretty girl.
It rather has been a while, Sailor Moon.
He's sweating. Going, it Dr. Tomo!
Did you really think I'd been destroyed?
Oh, we're supposed to know who this is.
Come out, Mistress Nine. Cause a calamity to befall that person. Beat up Sailor Moon.
Hotaru-chan! Why? Hotaru-chan transformed back from being Mistress Nine.
What are you saying? If Hotaru were to stop being Mistress Nine, she would cease to exist.
Perhaps Hotaru-chan is the same as before. Have you really been changed into Mistress Nine?
Sailor Moon.
I don't know who Hotaru is.
I don't know. This time, we shall receive our true destiny. Oh, are these people that we beat before?
I think in the show, they beat them.
Mistress Nine.
I feel like maybe we're supposed to know who Hotaru is.
Moon Spiral Heart Attack. Do it.
What's the name of the black-haired sailor girl?
Sailor Blackhair. Miss. Good. Okay, where you were... Yoshi's...
Jeff Gerstmann. Jeff Gerstmann.
Yeah, Murderface.
The Gerst. His argument was that it's like a fucking caterpillar and a butterfly situation, where the baby Yoshi is like a different stage of development, and that...
Oh, like it's a preemie?
Like they go back into an egg, but you feed it 5 things and it immediately becomes Yoshi. Maybe you're fucking jump-starting it by feeding it 5 things, and normally it would take a long time and then go back into an egg and come out as a Yoshi. So that's what you find when you just get a full-blown Yoshi, is you basically just found the butterfly. You got the cocoon and turned to a butterfly. But also, they are egg creatures, And so the cocoon that they make just happens to look a lot like the egg they originally hatch out of. So it goes egg larva, egg-like cocoon, Yoshi. That was I helped Jeff out with some of that, but that was the heart of Jeff's argument. What is happening? Oh,
I'm curing.
Yeah. For a second there, I thought this was all the stuff that you got from winning the battle.
Life water can only be used in battle anyway, so I might as well use it.
Sure. And don't you have like 50 of them or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
The other ones, the Lhasa waters, I can use outside of battle, so those are better to save. But they also heal less too. But whatever.
Pros and cons.
Oh,
it finally hit.
Sleep.
You're fucking bubble snoring.
There, I'm awake.
The first time I remember seeing bubble snoring and having to like live with it and address it was in Super Mario RPG. There's a character who has a bubble as they sleep.
Oh yeah.
And that's the first time I had to look at it and be like, what the fuck is going on?
He's got just like a lot of snot in his nose. And it's just blowing snot bubbles in their sleep. It's like the drippy nose kid in Wind Waker.
I haven't played it.
You have. You just haven't got to that part. No, you got to. He's in the very beginning when you're on the island. He's got the fucking snot booger just hanging. Even in the GameCube one, it's there.
Sure. I guess I just don't remember him then. Because I went all around that island. I was not going where they told me to go. I was an explorer. God damn it! It killed me. And then in that town you go to after the stealth dungeon, I also explored that too much, and honestly probably stayed there for a bit too long. But I had to find those fucking kids. I had to do one or two other things, and find some other thing, and figure out where I could go and where I couldn't go. I had to do all of that.
We got excited.
It was
putting
that
me
fucking
to sleep, you dirty bitch. Fucking mistress number gay.
Stop putting me to sleep, you stupid bitch. Is that what you said?
Dirty bitch.
Dirty bitch. That's not something that in day-to-day life you really have to deal with. Very rarely do people put you to sleep.
Well, the sailors have to worry about it.
Yeah, well,
right?
they got magic powers and stuff.
Oh, will you just die already? Like, this is...
Because you couldn't even grind before this.
No, like, I could have, but it would have taken for days, because those guys gave, like, no experience. So I think I grinded, like, one level off, and I was like, fuck it. Obviously, they don't want you to power level here. Or maybe there was some way I could have done it, like...
Before, but that's kind of rough, too.
It's fine.
Maybe they were like, you actually have to fight a real battle for once.
Yeah,
the prologue is over.
I feel like this isn't terrible. There we go.
Yeah, see? Whatever. You got $120.
Damn. And a level up. There we go. One attack, two defensive, everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Hotaru-chan. It is a fucking Black-haired Sailor Scout.
Oh.
Those who go against her destiny shall die. With that, I ask you, Kaolinite, to beat up this girl.
Oh, God. No, I'm done.
But you leveled up.
I know, I got full health back. Okay, you're a girl?
Who the fuck is Kaolinite?
I don't know. Moon Spiral Heart Attack,
What the piss fuck?
I don't fucking know. This is Sailor Moon. Nothing makes sense. You can't put him to sleep in sailor mode. That's not in the lore.
I have been going around to, like, everyone, like, to Jesse and to all of Jesse's friends, and just out of nowhere being like, look, I need you to help me out with this. Where the fuck do the power come from in the Sailor Moon?
Where the fuck do the power come from?
I know. Where did the fucking power come from? And, like, they all... You know what? You know what has been a good answer so far? The moon.
I think that was Jesse's answer.
I think he wasn't taking it seriously. But other people who we always thought about, they said, well, probably the moon. And I'm like, oh shit, you did it.
Menstruating.
But here's the thing that no one can tell me. The other Sailor Scouts, do they go to her school? Did they always go to her school? Are any of them from space? Are any of them from the future? Did they all get the Sailor Scout powers at the same time? Is Sailor Moon like the newest person to get it, or was she the first person to get it and everyone else started getting it? Did she know these people before they were Sailor Scouts? Were they her friends first? Or does she only know them because they got sailor powers?
They all have the sailor powers because she scissored them and they get the sailor powers from her vagina.
I feel like they get it from her vagina.
To vagina contact.
I feel like they get it from her vagina. But I remember because they censored the, like, what do they call them? The outer planets, like the butch girl and the someone else.
Gay.
Yeah, in the American show, they're either not in it at all, or they changed it so they're not gay. And I remember when people talked about that, they said, like, when the outer senshi fucking arrived or whatever. It was always worded in such a way to make it seem like those two had been sailors for a long time and had only just arrived, which puts a wrinkle in what I would naturally assume, which is that they all just get the powers from her vagina.
Good.
These are the things that frustrate me playing an anime game for an anime I've never seen and will never watch.
Yes.
It's like if you try to play the Dragon Ball Z RPG and you'd be like, where the fuck do I go now? Who's this purple guy? What are we doing? These people are green. What does that matter?
That is one that's obviously made for...
I feel like that one, and a lot of it is that the translation we have is not the best. I mean, it's not Der Langrisser, like everything makes complete sentences. But you could still the thing about the translation we have is that it's not very good at letting you know about the side quests, which is why I'm kind of fucking some of those up. Or they just tell you once and then they just stop telling you. But, like, if you just needed to get from beat to beat to beat, I think it lets you know, like, here's Raditz, you gotta fight him, he took your son, Vegeta and Nappa are coming, you gotta train, you gotta go get everyone together. I feel like you could get through the game fine.
Yeah.
And in the same way, in the Sailor Moon game, I feel like you can get from A to B to C, and they generally tell you, like, you gotta go to the temple now. That fucking guy just took... But sometimes they're like, go to the school, and you're like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Oh, like everybody would know where the school is if they watched the anime? Like,
Yeah,
do you think they set up the town good enough where it's...
You know that's possible. Like, if you try to play the South Park RPG without ever having watched South Park, would you have a hard time looking at the map specifically? Because from the map, I could usually tell where things were going to be. But still, you want to explore everywhere in the South Park RPG anyway.
Yeah.
But, like... I'm sure there is an example out there of, like, if you watch the show or have seen the movie, then suddenly the game is easier to navigate because they put things in the right places.
What shows have they made games out of?
Because the first thing I tried to think of...
What about the Naruto games?
I don't play them.
That's a good, like, 3D map they could give you, because they show you a lot of the Elite Village.
You know what, there's definitely times when I'm playing games and I'm like, oh man, I'm here in this place. I got that a lot when I was playing the Lord of the Rings MMO, fucking Lord of the Rings Online, which I try to go back to and I can't anymore because it's aged so poorly. But there were definitely times when I'm like, oh my god, this is the fucking bridge. This is the fucking you shall not pass bridge. This is, they fucking fell, and they fell right there. They fell right down there. And then there's also a part in Moria where you can actually find the fucking corpse of the Balrog. And I'm like, this is the fucking Balrog! It was this guy over there, he fell down, I went there! And it was exciting. But at the same time, it's not as if I was at the bridge and went, oh, I can get to the next quest by going around that corner over there. Like, no, it's just cool that I saw the bridge. So, like, in Naruto, I've watched, like, maybe fucking 20... Oh, there you go, you got $100 and a pea earring.
Oh, that's her... It's a pearl earring, it's hers.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I know you're on something, but I really feel like we should do it next time right now, because there was a bunch of stuff before this that's going in.
It's around the right time, yeah.
We're going to do it next time.
What was I talking about so I can pick it back up?
Balrog.
Balrog, okay.